All right, we here, Table Toke.
Yes,
Never
indeed.
scripted, always lifted. We got my boy STENNY here. We got my boy High, the producer on the upcoming documentary, Still Rising. Check out the documentary,
Yup, and
Risen.
support us, Mary Palmer.
And my man,
It's
HellRazah.
Full effect, HellRazah Music Inc. It's coming for this. We coming to y'all live and direct. So be prepared for what we about to do, because it's a lot coming. And as you see, the family is right here. Chad, High, all the way down. Stenny, this is HellRazah Music Inc. right here. So we coming for this market. We coming for music, cannabis, and everything. Fashion and film, you name it. If it go together, we in it. We involved. Be prepared to see us.
So tell me about the production a little bit and how that's changed. When you started this project and where your thoughts were, to how has it evolved with incorporating production and filming and all?
Yeah, I guess for me, right, I was very focused on music production because I had two routes I wanted to go, either DJing or music production. The reason I wanted to DJ because, I played an instrument growing up, the trumpet and baritone, euphonium, throughout since I was like probably 7. Right, and I was lucky enough to be in a very good music program in my home city, and in that band program too. I got to actually travel the world in high school with my best friends.
Wow.
Yeah, so Mr. I believe his name is Mr. Rubino, if I can remember correctly. So he came in the band program at the high school in like the 70s and transformed it to one of this powerhouse music program and marching band. They won competitions nationally.
Wow.
And they were one of the first bands to go perform in China on the Great Wall of China.
In the high school band?
High school band, yeah.
Wow.
So it's called the Live Oak Emerald Regime because the high school I went to is Live Oak Acorns is the...
Was it SoCal?
Yeah, in Northern California.
Oh, Northern
yeah, Morgan Hill.
Dangerous.
And so he was able to,
Because it's good. Before you know
get a lot of recognition for the music program, and
Yeah, these edibles
anyone
is
who would find and get them into music program, get them something to do.
Yeah.
Right, and through that you learn more than just music. We learn discipline, collaboration, right,
Yep.
and all
How to
these
work well in
Yeah, how to work well
groups.
together. Yeah, in groups and all these different personalities. Right, it kind of feels like that now in the music world.
Yeah.
Working with all these different artists with different personalities, and coming from that, I was very blessed to be able to travel because every couple of years they would have a trip of a lifetime in the band program, and so I was able to go to
What, every 2 or 3 years?
2
they
years.
did?
Yep.
Oh,
So my freshman year,
wow.
I went to Thailand, Hong Kong, and Singapore
Wow.
with the band.
Those are all places I went in the Marines.
Yeah.
That's wild that
That's
you
cool.
got to do that in high school.
And how does that expanded you in music? Like just, your thought process and
Yeah.
experience?
Yeah, definitely. It's very global in terms of it's like a universal language, I would say, and listening to how music was back, when I was growing up, and listening to now and how hip hop has kind of taken over, and it's interesting to see now like countries rising up here in the United States, but hip hop is brand new to some of these other countries. Vietnam right now, they had a show about a rapping contest. Now it's like one of the biggest genres out there, right? And that's why I like a lot of UK grime and that circle, because it reminds me a lot of the '90s, like emotions and style
Yep.
from the streets, right? And it's definitely evolved quite a bit, and we're more connected than ever. So I listen to everything now, and listening to some of the albums that you guys recommend me to listen to, I can see how it shaped the music we're listening to now. And I guess the biggest challenge for me right now is producing this project is how do we keep it authentic sounding while moving it into current times.
Yeah, music. It's funny because
'Cause it's
music
just keep
is a lot of
changing.
recycled. You know, because
Sampling
we're
the same thing over
sampling
and over.
things.
Exactly. There's no creativity.
Right.
Well,
Everybody doing what somebody else did.
Or, I mean, yeah, there is.
Well, I think there's a fine line, right? I think in hip hop, right, there's a lot of sampling, and it's how do you creatively put it together to create something new.
Something
Kind
new.
of like how you guys are growing different strains and stuff, right?
right.
Yeah. Take something.
Eventually, you got to recycle them.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're crossing them and we're doing like, you know what I mean, and we're bringing them back. Like it's crazy to me
do
see
you
some of the strains coming
remember
back
that?
around.
Do you remember
right.
that?
Oh, let's bring that OG strain back out. You know what I mean, or that Kush or something, and people like long for it. It becomes
And then you have
nostalgia.
that smoke that you hadn't had in a while. I know you
See, but you see, you're a farmer. See, so your take on this is educational. You have an insight
right.
that most people don't have. They're just smokers, so they don't know. And
I think everybody should grow a plant. Anybody who smokes cannabis should grow a plant.
That's the nice part about Massachusetts is you're legally allowed to have 6 plants. So every summer, some people do that.
Right.
Where they have 6 plants in their yard.
You gain the education and the appreciation and love for the plant.
Yeah.
Now tell me about Kevin, your perspective on AI, because we've had some conversations before, and there's some different ways that are very interesting to me of the way you're implementing AI in some of the projects. And I know when you talk to some artists, they hate on the AI, but talk to me about how your perspective and embracing it a little bit.
Yeah, I fully embrace it when it comes to everything. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of challenges to it because it's basically unknown, right? And there are people who are way smarter than me that can break down why it's not good, right? But I'm actually very positive on it. It's helped me a lot, not only in my consulting work, but also music production-wise and everything that we're doing to like automating certain things for a lot of tasks I do or for marketing research. And on the music side, right, now you have it where I can actually we did clone HellRazah's voice a bit and using it for marketing and using it sometimes to help, HellRazah, like couldn't talk for a long time.
exactly why
right?
the technology is helpful, because there's plenty of people in the world like that today, that certain things they're not able to do that they have technology able to help them do, which is like speak, vision. Some people can't see, but they got technology coming that's going to be helping you with that. And this is the level AI is going into the future, man.
Yeah.
And, if you're not ready for this, you better get yourself ready, because it's going to happen whether you prepared or not.
Yeah, so I'm all about, just learning the tools and how it can benefit yourself and others around you. With HellRazah, we kind of use it sometimes to fix or even comp certain things in, but it's mostly to rehab him back to his old voice. I know his voice changed, but I'm talking about the speed and cadence. How do we get that back? Because right now, HellRazah, for us to track one song takes some time because of his certain challenges with counting on time or getting back into the flow. And he has a lot to say. Like the other couple weeks ago, we were at a studio in Hartford, and HellRazah was going on for 30 minutes because he had written
He
the
spit a
stuff.
30-minute verse.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because,
30-minute verse.
because he wrote it post coma, and he couldn't talk, so he wrote it.
Wow.
And so to see that come out is amazing. And now on my end, as a producer, is going, okay, how can I get this in a song and
And he
releasable?
provided, because before it was harder for me to catch the beat, to catch the rhythm. So he made it easier for me to ride the rhythm with what I wanted to say. So that increased my confidence to go. So before I used to be like, oh, I can't do it, and just, I think I'll leave it alone. And then and I'm not, people that know me that's not how I am. Yo, Razah don't act like that. That don't sound like him. So I built it back up. Like, let me practice and rehearse because my therapist used to give me things to do at home and practice. And do this. I want you to try this and try this and try that. She would ask me to listen to my songs and my albums and recite the songs out loud. And so you could hear your speed and, the cadence of how you used to talk, and you'll catch it. So I sat almost for a year, just constantly kept doing that. So I was like sitting around playing the music and singing the songs out loud. And once I got comfortable with that, then I was cool with talking. I'm like, okay, now I'm not, like slurring in my words and stuff like that. So I was able to have a straight conversation again. And people would be bugging because they're like, yo, you used to just stare at me, yo, and I'd be like, wanted to know what you wanted to say. I'm like, but yo, I couldn't talk, and it was kind of hard for me to speak, so I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable, but I would just stare because I know most people don't understand when they remember me a certain way, so they're not used to me not talking and all that. So when I'm there, I'm like, I got something I kind of really want to say, but my mind is doing a lot. So I'm like, okay, I'll be quiet. So then my speech therapist was showing me ways to get back into the conversation again. So then I got comfortable with that after, she taught me this and taught me that. And then I was like, wow, so funny. I never knew it. I had automatically used to do all that. You do it now. You don't realize you do it, but you do these things because the mind just does it by itself. The brain is the heart. It's the machine. It's pumping. It's pumping your body to do everything it's doing.
Yeah, and the crazy thing too is like being able to get a verse from HellRazah and using AI to spit out the verse, and now we can use that as a reference for HellRazah to practice up to that speed.
I like that we're doing that. So, and that was really, really smart on your part. And when basically now we can almost use it as a form of therapy. Now he hears it.
Right.
And he can go back and rap to it and get himself there. Because by the end of this thing, we're gonna get my boy here back up on stage, and he's gonna be spitting. By the end of this documentary, that's where it's gonna be.
And it's crazy coincidence too, because my producer name and DJ name's High, and we're thinking about the project for a while because I'm using a lot of AI for
the making
whole process, even through the art as well, which we can dig in a little bit. And our concept.
Y'all gonna love this
Wow.
this project.
Yeah, no.
And my brother Chap, he came in. It was like a magnet and pulled all the parts together. Then it's boom, me, High, Chad, Rel, we all work like one body. So then when you come around, you're like, yo, I seen one of y'all, but y'all all the same way. That's how we are. We always together. So we, if anybody came to me and said something about one of these brothers, I know you're lying. I go, yo, you lying, man. My brothers don't talk like that, and they're not like that. So when people try to come around and do all that, it's funny to us. We laugh. We go, for real that happened? We go, oh yeah. And we like, yo, see, you see how it is?
And there's a lot of that in like the music business and the, even the cannabis business. There's some snakes. You know what I mean?
Everywhere, so music too.
It's important, and it's you really you can't take that for granted if you find some people that you can trust like that and really move.
And that's what people do.
Yeah, and in the day, right, we have all these technology, but it still goes back to the people. Right, unless something crazy happens where Terminator starts happening, but then you still need people even more now, right? And so I think it's just a tool to connect us and make our lives a little better.
And I hope the marketing play on it, or what it could actually do, is help more people go to events. Because if there's people out there worried about all the music, the music being AI or the video being AI or not really being the person, it's like, well, come down to our events so you see the real thing.
See the real
come
thing.
down to more events, man. Go out to more events.
Has your DJ producer name always been High?
Somewhere we went.
Sphere. Yeah.
Well,
High's my Vietnamese name. So it's funny because Kevin is the American name my mom gave me, right? Because to kind of fit in, or just in case I become president, it's a little easier to pronounce. But I don't think that matters as much
Dude,
anymore.
if you're president, you're gonna be called High. We're calling him High. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't think it matters as much.
You ever brought the puff down to Amsterdam?
No, we need to.
We're gonna bring this puff down, and that's kind of I'll take like having Stenny on the team and being able to help his project.
That's like the perfect environment for that.
Yeah, Amsterdam is a great
place.
place.
We need to bring this puff down too.
And for music too. But yeah, so back on that.
We bring the puff. Oh, then we could probably do a puff down tour.
Oh yeah,
With the podcast, music, and boom, and we go boom, boom, boom.
We're going on tour, baby. But that's the great thing about like being able to, get other people involved. And like, me and Stenny were talking for a while on some different things. He's always doing his own thing and I'm doing my own thing. But like something like this project right here, and again, that's why I really, appreciate you guys, because it's helping a lot of other people move. It's helping a lot of other people be involved and, advancing their stuff.
That's why a lot of people don't move anywhere, because their whole problem is they don't want to help nobody else. They just want to do it for themselves. So it's just so much production, and when you work together, than when you're working alone. You'll get much further working together than you will did working alone.
With the right people.
Exactly. And that's when things take off, without the confusion, somebody doing things too fast before. We move in sync together. You don't do. Oh, before Chad going to go do it, you're going to try to do it first. See, when you got people like that around you, things don't take off. It just go down the drain.
And everybody just starts to focus on what they're good at instead of trying to, like, trump something over somebody else.
Exactly. We move in order, and Kevin is too organized to let that happen. He going to go, yo, nah. Before you know it. And then that's when things happen the correct way. Because it's timing. The things is done in timing. And you move out of sync with time, you're in trouble.
What has it meant for you to be able to like tell your story and doing the filming and documenting it?
It's a relief, because what happens is I know they want to hear it. So I don't have to keep repeating it over and over again. That was the first thing with the documentary. I said, Frank, you're going to free me from having to repeating the same thing over and over for the rest of my life if we did this film. Because it'll be, I heard you had an aneurysm. What happened? So if I go watch the film, you'll see it for yourself. Exactly. I ain't got to repeat it again. So you just watch, I didn't even.
Stop living that cycle right there and go on to the next one.
And that was Risen, which is already out, and you can watch it on platforms like
HellRazah to show you what happened after Risen finished.
Which is literally happening right now.
You see Risen ending with me trying to walk. Still rising, you see what I'm walking around doing now. So it's like, wait a minute, he wasn't walking, he was in a damn wheelchair in the other one, but now this nigga walking around and all this shit. Like, so, and see, now we showing you the progression of what it was that I had to do. And
reconnecting with some of your old colleagues and associates and people.
We got some very interesting things happening with this High album, so you ain't gonna want to miss it when we put this out. Believe that, and it's gonna be something that's very interesting, because we got the documentary coming with it. So it's all together. It'll bring all together what you heard or something. Oh, I heard this happened to him and this happened and blah blah blah. So now you get to catch up to what happened and see it for yourself. Oh, so it was for real.
And they're all coming very, very hard on it, man, because they know, like, the lyrical power that you had before, Inspector that, and Big Nate, I mean, he came in a big way on that verse. Like, I mean, you guys gonna get to hear that. You're gonna be in for a treat. We got a song, Big Nate, Inspector Deck, and Razah, and you can just tell, man, like they really,
and solid production. You're gonna get some solid production with some lyrics involved. So that's a happy party for a music listener, because you're getting more bang for your dollar now.
Yeah, so Stenny, I'm curious your thoughts when you first heard about this project from Chad, and then to see it now.
I didn't even really know what to expect, and then went back and watched the original documentary, and and to see it now evolving is kind of crazy. I mean, it's been awesome to be part of and see it kind of evolve and seeing where you guys are bringing it. I mean,
Yeah, and I feel like you've been there for every major event. Like
I know.
Vegas.
Well, I was lucky enough. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been happy to have you, man. It's been cool. I mean, because I try to tell everybody about it, and it's like you gotta let them see it. So I was telling him, I was like, yo, man, come to Vegas this time. You know what I mean? When the next residency, and for Wu-Tang residency, and he came out, and that's where he really got to see it. Kinda...
Because I've been doing music projects with Inspector Deck and Capadonna and my band, the Cincy All-Star Band. So, like, Big Nate's played with us, too. We what was it, 2 years ago, we toured after some of the Wu-Tang stuff. So it's been cool to see, like, that evolve into, this other project and this, you guys are doing a great job of just doing other things.
Yeah, and then you DJ as well.
And I'll tell you, man, adding the podcast to it and incorporating in it, is a great thing. Me and Kevin were kind of talking, we're like, man, it kind of helps us to, like, because you got all these bits of information that are like kind of like all these different integrations we're doing. The podcast helps us to bring each person on individually and to be able to kind of be like actually touring doing it, right? We did it in Vegas, and now we're in, the Boston Garden.
We're in the Boston Garden.
Yeah,
This is
Boston
crazy.
Garden.
We're in some iconic spots out there,
Yeah,
man.
and it's cool because connecting with all these people. It's we're shooting a documentary about HellRazah, and I can get everyone in there, for their
Right.
story. I would love to, and so the podcast is for a way to see the community behind us and the team behind us come together and explain what they have going on.
It's very cool, man.
Yeah,
I
appreciate
appreciate
you
you, and I appreciate all
Wait,
you
I
guys.
got some more gifts for you guys.
Come on, bro.
you have
Yeah.
more gifts? Well,
Yeah, hold on.
well, HellRazah has a gift for you.
He has a gift for you,
actually.
too,
He has a
yeah.
gift for you.
I got you guys some T-shirts because we haven't 100%. We didn't talk about the puff down yet, but I brought you guys some gear.
Well, we touched on it, but we should talk a little
Yeah.
more about the puff down. Let's say
you
what.
2X.
Thank you, Stan. Nice.
My man.
I got you one.
Oh, thank you so much.
Nice. Yeah.
What size are you? XL?
XL.
What you want? Blue, black?
Give me the black one.
Where you gonna put this?
If you have it.
I got a Mary Palmer black one.
Thank you.
Oh, I got no puff down one?
I don't know if there's a black one.
I mean, I don't have to have black. I rock the Mary Palmer, too, though.
No, I gotta get you a
I mean, I'll rock the blue, I guess, No.
Oh wait, what's this one? That's a 2X.
This is dope, man. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mary Palmer. But I definitely feel like because I was part of the puff down that I should have a puff down.
Yeah, you only got 2X.
That's all right. I'll see you again. I'll see you again. This is dope, too. Mary
Which
Palmer.
one's that?
So
Mary
Razah,
Palmer one.
thank you for the shirts. So
That's in
Razah,
the
so
booth.
tell us about this, Razah. This is your
That's
second
my first,
first.
solo album. I put that out in 2007. There were two at that time.
But obviously, he's gonna
Razor's Ladder, then Renaissance Shop.
bless it for you, though, Stenny.
Damn, I have a big collection of signed records too. It means a lot to me, cause like being a DJ, collecting vinyl throughout the years. Like,
You were showing me some stuff at your booth at the Puff Down.
yeah. I have a big collection of records because when I was in the Marines, that's what I started collecting records and going to raves.
So I want to ask you a question about music. Do you think some of the best albums came out on vinyl or cassette?
Oh, maybe even cassettes just so limited. I mean, I was from the time that I used to walk to school listening to cassettes.
'Cause
I didn't really have a record player at my house that I was listening to music with. I would listen to cassettes and CDs. And then when I went in the
Eight-tracks.
Marines.
Remember the 8-tracks?
8-tracks, my parents had the 8-tracks too. They had
You
the
think it sounds better on vinyl?
It's probably the best sound quality, I think. Yeah. And it'll last,
I
But why
think
is that?
Is it
People
more
don't-
analog than digital when it's vinyl?
Yeah, I think it's the way they cut the records. Yeah.
Because
But
it's-
I mean, that's not to say like if you have a high end sound system that it depends on
right.
what you're listening to it on.
And there was something about
the
that too,
output.
though. There was something
Yeah, the
about being able to
output,
go to
the
the
album.
store and buy the
record
CD
work out
or
and
the
open the
vinyl.
plastic tape.
Yeah, we was talking about that, just the smell of it, and it's something like now. It's like you take it for so granted. You want to
You
listen
don't
to a song,
open
you
an
just
MP3.
bloop,
It's like
right?
an MP3 is just
You don't
there.
open it with the hey, this is another thing. There's no liner notes in an MP3, right?
Oh, like credits and
Yeah, the credits and all the artwork that goes with like a physical copy of something.
Yeah.
Like you're missing that whole.
That's the fun of reading the credits when you buy the CD and the vinyl.
We used
Like,
to
I wanna
read
the
it to
credits.
get the lyrics
Yeah.
because you didn't understand like what some of these punk bands and stuff like that I used to listen to. They're or rapping too fast, or you have to read the lyric sheet or whatnot.
And that's what I like about this project is Kevin's perspective on, and I really love him like embracing and bringing it back to the old school stuff, the merch, the albums, the cassettes.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what we're gonna do with this.
Bring it back to vinyl and cassettes.
The vinyl's just so dope, and then you have
And you'll be able to stream it too for you.
Eventually,
you
we'll
lazy
see.
people.
You do limited drops of things
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Because
so-
we want you to listen to the whole album, not just a song that
Exactly.
because we have a lot to say.
And it's gonna be a piece of work that you're gonna want to keep in your possession. You're going to have I need to have a copy of that.
I would definitely go check out this album on HellRazah. Especially to our viewers who really want to get, maybe who are just tuning in to some HellRazah stuff to see the lyrical
Yeah.
genius that this guy is, man.
Yeah, really,
it's something
it's definitely
special.
listen to it.
It's got killer features too.
Now, what were some of your most memorable features that you've had on some of your albums in your days?
From
You've had a lot of people on these
yes,
albums. You
there's
talk about
different
Wu-Tang and shit.
ones. Solo or group?
Let's start with solo.
Yeah,
Start with
let's
solo
start with
projects.
Solo for me was on that album we just was showing.
Yeah,
There's
you
a
got
title
Kill the
track
Priest.
on that called Renaissance with me, already the
Oh,
Rugged Man,
that song.
Tragedy
Is,
Gaddafi, and Timbo King.
that's
That
great.
that lineup to me alone as a fan of hip hop is like y'all want to hear that song. There's no way there's
Rugged
no way
Man.
all of them is on a song and I never heard it. I would feel like I ain't hip hop. Like you telling me all of them is on that record and they got a song together. Let me hear that joint. And that's not the only one. There's number 2. Number 2 is on this album. It's called Project Jazz. That's me, Talib Kweli, and MF Doom. Produced by MF Doom and features MF Doom, Victor Vaughn. So that for me is right there. Like, yeah. That right there is one of my gems.
Doom is one of my favorites personally.
The way his cadence and his work is like, wow. That's all you could do is say is like, yikes, wow. And the way he, like, the thing working with my brother Doom, it was ill because he really came, the mask and all that is all real. So he came in, the whole thing. So I'm like, yo, because see, a lot of people don't know, these kids are too young, so he came before their era. So they don't know about Seb Love X and all that stuff. So they missed all that. So they think it's a new thing, but it's like, do you know where he came from? The era? Like that's the era of the Grand Poobah, like the dope era, hip hop era, with all that was coming out. So if you missed that, I would get on YouTube and start looking around and catch up to what's happening in the world, because there's a lot of innovation with artists happening that they was out before the times and the youth don't know. So they thinking they new, and they're not new people. These are people that have been out probably before you was born. And you want to do your homework. Do your homework, because you get on songs that belong to people that you don't even know. You don't want to look like that. Do your research before you do get involved with things.
What about some of your stuff with, I mean, like you asked me to say that some of the guests we're having on here, some of these Wu-Tang fellas, man, like tell us about how you
For
even
me,
got started
we
with
kind
them.
of captured, it's so ironic that we captured them on high, because I never got to work with Dak and Kappa too much. So when they ended up on the high, I was like, see, now the fans gonna really love it, because they seen me with Mav, they seen me with Ghost, so they seen that. So now they see me with Jizza. So they seen like, okay. Like with the Sons of Man, we did the Earth, Wind, and Fire. Old Dirty was on that. So they seen Earth, Wind, and Fire. So they seen me with different family members. So the ones that didn't, like it wasn't no Kappa and Razah on the Sons of Man album. So they didn't see that yet. So now when they hear this, they're like, oh, this is something, oh, okay. So now it's something to pay attention to. And then they didn't see no Deck yet. Me and Deck. And then the first thing they go, oh, okay. Yeah, Deck, the one that said the HellRazah. That's the first thing they associate with the thing. So it's like, now, like, the lyrics geniuses out of the family was like Dax, they see me with Jizz. I was like on 2 songs on the Genius album. And I seen Genius perform last night, was powerful. Powerful.
That was
With
awesome.
the band and everything, huh?
Yes, with the funky
my
Nomad, they killed it. They killed
Second time this year seeing them when
That's
tour
that's
was
a
awesome.
show that's worth paying your money for.
Yep.
Now, how did
And,
they become family like that, man? Your affiliation and stuff. How did Wu-Tang become your family?
For me, I was young. I had just had my son at that time. I had my son at about 17 years old or so. So I had just signed my deal when I first had my son because I had to figure out a way at that time to make some money because I got a kid now. So now I'm thinking. At the time, I'm in the environment of hip hop. So now I'm a little kid that I came with somebody. We was all a crew, Sons of Man, and then I was left. So I grew up with Prodigal Son. So my group guys end up living with Prodigal Son. So at the time when I was young, and most people associated us, yo, that's your little brother. I seen your brother there, because they always seen us together. So they're like, oh, them two must be related. So because they knew we was always rocking. So and then me and Priest connected during so many different times because he was working on the Heavy Mental album. Mm-hmm. I was with him and Forth when that was in progress. So because I was helping on the hooks and writing on I was featured on Heavy Mental so many songs, and there was some songs we recorded at the time for that album that I don't think we put out or they was on that album. We had a lot of songs. We worked good together. Me, Priest, and Fourth Disciple did a lot of work together. We got together and just recorded. And it was just mad songs. And then we had mad songs. And we was like, yo, this is crazy. And because we didn't go in there, we just was having fun. So we just throw on some beats and then we like, okay, yo, I think I got a verse for that. And then we just recorded. And then me and him start creating together. And then once we started creating together, then we started doing more and more work together. So then we got to doing the Black Market Militia album. It was me, William Cooper. William Cooper putting all that together. We was William Cooper, Timbo King, Tragedy Gaddafi. So we was a crew. We was a group formed, put out an album. The album's out right now. Go get it, streaming everywhere. Black Market Militia. So that was the first one. And we just kept putting out music, and at this time we was building up because at this time Priest was coming with the offering. I would just finish this, so I was coming out with this album, The Renaissance Child, and then we started the Black Market Militia came out in 2008. So by that time we was all Timbo King was coming with from Babylon and Timbuktu. Me, Priest, and Timbo is a crew called the Maccabees. So at this time, we was doing 2 projects. We was doing the Maccabees. We was recording the Maccabees album with Fabrizio Sadi, a producer, and then we did the Black Market Militia, and then we started recording the Maccabees. So the Maccabees album, we recorded that, and it never came out. So then 2008, the plan was after we dropped the Black Market Militia, everybody dropped it. So William Cooper dropped it for Behold the Pale Horse and William Cooper. So we was all consistent. So we was like, so once Black Market Militia drops, we come into the game. We gonna flood the industry, yo. And that's what we all was doing. And then because it was conscious hip hop was coming back again. So it's like, you know, like we had the features on there. It was like the last poets doing the intro. Like it was a different kind of album. So a lot of people attracted to it because it was like, yo, it had Dead Prayers featured on it. So they're like, yo, that album was insane because y'all got a lot of creative stuff on it. So it's because at that time everybody sold out. So they was big pimping with the hats and they was looking like that. So it's like, that's how you want to look in this 2008? You must be crazy. So it's like, okay, that's what y'all decided to do right now in the industry, and the world is doing what it's doing, y'all bugging. So we were still coming hard with music. We wasn't playing. Like, you listen to the songs on that album, you probably get scared. Probably be too scared to even listen to that. Cause when I say that's hardcore hip hop, it's hardcore. Mm-hmm. It's hardcore, and it's hardcore. It's positive hardcore. It's conscious hardcore. That's what it is. It's conscious hardcore. So it's a positive hardcore hip hop. Because people think when you automatic positive, you're going to be soft. See, you get the wrong idea, you run up on one of us like that. So I would be careful if you, okay, yo, don't get it screwed. Oh, they positive, they may be soft. Because we the exact opposite of that. So you don't want to, because people take, oh, they positive rappers, maybe we can test them out. Maybe. And it maybe not get a good report card. So I would be extra careful with things like that. And that's the thing with music. And there's an era now where you can go online and go back and since you're online probably watching us right now, go stream that album, Black Market Militia. You'll understand what you was missing in that season.
Good stuff, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Jake.
So we got Terrell here with us. You got a nickname? I feel like Razah has a lot of nicknames, but you have any?
Yeah, have you got a
Rel,
King.
King?
Yeah. King Rel. King.
Now, what has all this meant to you, Terrell? Like, I know you had been rolling with Razah for a while. You're doing your own thing, rapping too for a bit. To kind of come on and travel a little bit with us, and with Razah. Yeah, tell us a little bit, man. How's it make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, awesome. To put it short, I started working with him, I don't know, maybe almost 10 years ago as the caregiver. PCA, helping him during his recovery period. I knew he was Sons of Man, but I didn't really put it in. I went to work as, this is my job, not as like a fan of the Woo. One day, though, we were driving to an appointment he had, and I said, you know what, now that I know, like I've got to know you, I'm going to play some of the music that I grew up on listening to from the Woo. First song I put on was Co-Defendants with him and Shaheem. I don't know it's him and Shaheem. Oh, wow. He gets in the car and he was like, I was 14 when we recorded that. And I'm listening to the voice, and like now I know his voice. I'm like, yo, this is you. I bug out for it. I'm like, yo, oh my God, I'm with this dude the whole time that I grew up. Like I would put this joint on repeat. You know what I mean? And zone out to it. Not knowing, like, Shaheem was like, I knew who he was because I guess more notoriety or whatever, but not realizing I'm with the Sons of the Man, like, you know what I mean, right there in the flesh. So after that, we connected more like musically and stuff. We talk hip hop for hours when we're working. So right now I'm literally a kid in the candy store, an edible candy store.
You was chomping on him over there too. I heard you over here.
Yeah,
I heard both of you over here. I heard the bag crumpling and all that.
So it's awesome. Sometimes it's I think you were hinting toward it. Like sometimes like the progress of things don't go the way you plan, but you always end up where you need to be. And sometimes it's you need to be connected to the right people to build the foundation of the dream. Sometimes, and that process sometimes is ugly, but it takes time.
It can be lengthy.
Yeah.
And people
If you
don't
don't give
take
up.
that time.
Right. Yeah, that's what you were saying. If you eventually come to a point where everything just falls into place. You don't have to micromanage so much, but you know, everybody has a part to play, and they're willing to do it without the hubris or trying to be the number one. It's not about that. It's about this. You know, the foundation for everybody to have it. That's like bringing that to the weed stuff. You know, it was a point where you had to sneak around and do it. You know, and it's got to the point where, and really, like these people, bootleggers, kind of like, you know, where they're risking their freedom to bring something that should be free and is beneficial to mankind to the world.
Right.
That's superhero shit, you know, that we don't, you know, freedom fighters.
Because most people ain't got the heart to do it.
I think that's why I liked it so much. It made me feel like I was like Dukes of Hazzard type shit. You know what I mean?
You know, you gotta be.
The bootleggers. Right?
But like the good guy version of it, right? Like Robin Hood.
Right.
There was a point a movie I saw with Boston George.
George Jung.
Right. And he's so they got him in court. They're trying to give him all this time for moving the weed across
Which is the
state
movie
lines.
Blow.
The
with
Blow,
Johnny
yeah.
Depp.
He
You
says
guys-
this line. He's like, Your Honor, lady, what did I really do? I moved a bunch of plants across an imaginary line. You know, which is really, it's the
Yeah, it's
truth.
iconic scene too. Iconic movie.
Yeah, but I love that part. It ain't me, babe. It ain't me. But that's what it is. It's like you fabricate what you think should be a legality and you put it on everybody. And what if I'm equal ear to the world just like you are? And there's a bunch of us who feel the same way. What if we want to smoke weed? It grows from the dirt. You can't stop that. Like, you shouldn't even be trying to. You'll let me take all of these prescription pills and shit like that. But if I want to grow my own medicine, you know, criminal or whatever. So, you know, just, I spend the time selling weed too because, you know, I grew up in a trap house as a kid where there were hard drugs being abused. So I never glorified the game, even though I understand it. For me, selling weed was like, I'm okay with this. You know, I've seen what the other stuff does to people. This makes people happy and want to eat, you know, more social. I'm okay with that. You know, if I'm going to do something to make a little couple extra bucks, I'm going to do something that I feel contributes to the people, you know, not take from them. I was low level, you know, not like you guys and whatever, but I understood the fight and why that position was more noble than other ones, you know. So salute to you guys.
So you appreciate it coming together while we're doing with the music and just like how it's organically happening, right?
I blame God, like sincerely. I think God is doing something. You know, we just happen to be the pieces that lined up for him to use. You know, so like even with me, I'm off camera most of the time in the background. It's an honor to be a part of, because I see the bigger picture. He gave me the bigger picture a long time ago. And I was like, well, how then? You know, what do you, especially.
You ain't got to tell you that part. Part you got to go. Yeah,
But when it comes together, he's like, this is how, you know, I told you. You know, work it out, that type of thing. So we're in that part of the story in my mind, you know. So remember when I met you guys, I was like, yo, I already see this is going to be crazy. And so I'm enjoying the ride every day. You know, love you guys.
Yeah, same here, man. And
Yeah, same
I
here.
think the universe, like you said, and God, it happens that way. But there's always these things that come to us, but you have to be paying attention. It's kind of like the red car theory, right? If I asked you, like, how many red cars you saw on the way here, you don't know. But on the way home, you probably count every one of them because now you're looking for it. So when things get put in front of you and you start looking for it in the universe, these things start approaching. And when you're putting out that good energy, like, you know, like people talk about money. Money's the root of all evil, but money is energy too. You know what I mean? And that is bad energy and good energy. But when you're putting it towards other good things to help things and empower other people and create, you know, economic development and opportunity and jobs and just tell stories, I mean, that's when things end up coming. They just don't come when we just sit there and want them.
Right.
It's the wanting. Right, like that's one. That was the Saints of Newark, right? A movie that they just had, Sopranos movie, and Ray Liotta. You know, rest in peace to a legend there as an actor. When he was sitting there, And they come and they visit him, and he was telling him this and that, and he's like, see, it's the wanting. Everybody has that want. I want this, right? But like that was kind of powerful to me to see that, to hear that, because you always want things at a certain time. You want this now. You want the money, but like you ain't willing to go through the story to get it and just let it come. People end up fumbling at the 1 yard line. They're right there, and they fumble because they've been doing this shit for so long, it ain't happened.
Right.
But you're looking and you're wanting it for the wrong reasons.
You don't know what it's going to take to have that.
Mm-hmm.
They're destroying you.
Yeah.
But he's always going to make sure you're ready for it before he gives it to you. And I just can't help but feel like, it's that part of the story. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta enjoy the journey
Right.
just as much as
When
the
you learn that,
destination.
it's awesome. It becomes basically, just keep going. Have the best attitude you can, but keep going. Know that you're gonna be where you need to be when you need to be there. So enjoy that process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you loved Vegas. I remember. I wish we had, like Joe Rogan had Jamie to run a clip when you were saying you got. Remember the clip you said? I think he was saying, I'm trapped in Vegas or something. I need money to get out. I need help. You were loving it out there, man. Tell us a little bit about that experience, Vegas, the residency.
Vegas. Vegas was crazy. Well, first of all, I think I won about $100 a day in the casino. Like
We
every
didn't know
morning I'd
about
sneak
this.
down. Yeah,
Down when you're done.
No, so you couldn't smoke in the hotel room. You had to smoke. You could only smoke in the casino,
Yep.
which as soon as you walk in. So like the hotel lobby is here and the casino rug starts there. So I would come down like 5 o'clock in the morning to smoke while he was still asleep. And so I'm on the casino turf. I sit down in the machine. I put $5 in. I win 200. So I'm like, oh shit, but I don't want to lose it. So I, smoke. I go back up, and then I'm like every morning I'm creeping to do that, and I'm winning like 100. But if I get to 100, I'm ready to go. There was one
My
morning.
boy was stacking while we was out there. You know this? You was sleeping. You didn't even know.
One morning I went to it was my brother's birthday. That right. So I went to the roulette table and I kept playing his birthday. I think I took out about $80. And I got down to my last 5. The other 2 dudes at the table, they were like, why you keep betting that number? I told them. So they were like, we got, they started rooting for me. And instead of betting his number, I bet the 00. And it came. Yeah. So that was, part of the experience. Also, when we went to go see, what's the boy, Carrot Top? Yeah, he still got it, 30 years later?
Yeah, 1900 shows?
And that shows you right there the power of a residency,
Yeah.
right? Where you can
What's
create
in
that
that? What
show.
was in the Luxor for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
You can create that, that stands out there, and just like, an artist that gets a little older, and you know what I mean, now they don't want to be touring and all that. They can really just set up in Vegas, and maybe they're a little more mature at this point in their career where they're not going and just gambling and drugs all the time, which is why I think Wu-Tang having a residency, because there was never a hip-hop residency ever. So them putting that in place was just, definitely, once again, by Wu-Tang, historic. in
Now
the
there's a
hip-hop
couple
game.
of them, right? That
Yeah,
came
now
out.
50 Cent's coming out with one. I think Lil Wayne was coming out with a residency out there, I heard. But the thing is, I think they all thought that they had to do these residencies like way longer, and you really only need a couple shows a year to get declared a residency. So that was the big game changer for it, I think.
Wow.
Really good energy in Vegas. Really good energy. Like I was saying, even when I was at the table, and the guys found out, it was my brother's birthday, they started rooting for me. I got the awesome gift from you guys in the studio. Remember, they did this thing for the podcast. They did the thing. They had one of the members that painted a portrait for Razah, and we gave it to him. It was his birthday, so we were all celebrating. My brother's birthday was a week before. The day that we landed in Vegas, it was like the day after, something like that. So I wasn't thinking about it, but then all of a sudden, they come out with like a second cake, and they give me a portrait of my brother, who had passed away a few years ago. So to me, that was like awesome. You know, again, letting you, like I think, like the universe letting you know, this is the place where those type of the miracle blessings happen because
Right where you need to be.
right, you know, I mean, I got people who I've known 30 years, you know what I mean, who haven't reached out to me, and then the group of people who I met a few weeks ago, you know what I mean, like support me in and like take care of parts of me that I don't even realize because when I'm working, I'm like, I'm focused. I'm not thinking about the me, what I got to deal with or whatever, or even actually facing it yet until I'm somewhere alone by myself, which is how I usually do. So to have like, while I'm working, the universe like, well, we see you're going through this, let's help you, you know, you don't even know how much that meant to me. And I don't think I ever really, even now I'm just processing it, like, you know what I mean? It's like, that was awesome to me, guys, really. I can start crying right now, you know what I mean?
Yo, that's where it was at.
And we was at the studio with Deck and Big Nate, and they dropped some fire. And then we had some, you know,
That's
some,
when
the
Jimmy
thing is, we were
came
able
in.
to give it Jimmy Kang. Jimmy Kang was over there too, helping engineer some stuff and just being, you know, it was very cool for everybody to come together, and we were able to give a lot of other people an experience. Well, stay tuned because we're going to be offering some of this experience to some people, and you don't want
And
to miss it. 'Cause it's
some
gonna
of
be
the
pretty
stuff you're hearing
exclusive.
about, we're gonna be taking the podcast on the road with us with that. So you'll be seeing behind the scenes, us talking about things about the show and or whatever. Making some interviews. Ain't no telling what, but stay tuned, subscribe, and turn the notification button on. Strictly. And so you can stay updated with everything that we doing because we always moving around somewhere, and we're gonna keep you in tune with it over here.
And we're hoping to create, and I think I can, you know, speak for Kevin on this too. We're hoping to kind of create somewhat of a showcase for some artists, you know. And I met a guy out in Vegas that really helped me move, a guy by the name of Vincent Vershaw, and he does a lot of, you know, a lot of work in Vegas. But he had this vision of creating this showcase for artists, kind of like the Apollo and stuff, to be able to get them on and help other artists. Because again, if the energy's coming, you got to give the good energy out, right, to receive it. So if we can be that platform to help other artists and other cannabis companies and other people, you know, succeed and brand their stuff, then it just comes full circle. And it's it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff.
It's the way to give a push to things that you're doing that could put a positive insight on things people would normally take a negative effect to.
But you get support because you're giving support. You can't just expect a bunch of support, you know, and not give any. I see these people get pissed. Someone didn't like their Facebook, then you see they don't like anything either. And then you kind of take it like that, where like people start doing to others what they feel like is done to them. So it becomes this vicious cycle. But it's like you have to give support to get support. And if you don't, it's not genuine support. You know, you gotta push the ego aside, man. You know, so that's why I feel like we're really doing on this project, and I feel like this project has allowed me to express myself. Shit, man, even musically. You know what I mean? I've been a musician, and you know, for years, and I feel like, you know, part of me kind of put some of that stuff down, but I always had it in me. Like, I mean, I was in the studio, right, on the guitar.
You made a feature on the High project too.
Oh, yeah,
We're dropping. I'm actually playing. We got some of the beats. I was dropping a hook that we might that I helped write, and just some things that were helping put together. So like I always saw myself could be able to be some in production and produce them out because I always like created things, and I so you know I love music and it was a big part of my life, and to be able to bring cannabis and music and then the you know and just everything, all the hip hop and just everything together. It's wild that we can bring it all together in this project. So I agree with Terrell that it's like, yeah, the universe just, you're right where you need to be, you know, so it's big time stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm excited to, as well as set up this current studio in the basement, and then I heard you rap too. I heard you freestyle, so I'm excited.
We're gonna get some funk flex, yeah, freestyling on here.
Some King.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You down to spit something?
Of course, yeah.
Can we give them a beat?
Acapella.
Oh, I mean, you can do
acapella?
acapella, but you could put a beat on your phone real quick too if you wanted or no.
I do acapella.
All right,
Let's see.
shit, my man's gonna do acapella. I'm not
do it.
gonna go against that. Hell yeah. If I beatbox, I would, but
I said a prayer for the lame. They feel relatives best. Was Was caught repeating my name, now farewell to the flesh. I gave him 2 choices, the window or the steps, take the highway to heaven or the stairwell to death. Though a lifetime's lie of eternity is given. To balance things out, one must learn that he's slipping. Overcome the evil, but infirmity is different. Time after time, my eyes hide the lies of our minds, saying we find while terminally addicted. These are things I learned while journeying the sinner. Time is a loop, I'm reminded of you. Anger betrayed the grace, I require is proof that the fire of your desire is inspired by truth. Prior to what you admire were inside of the booth.
All right.
And that's just a little preview, right?
Yeah.
'Cause-
I mean, I could.
The flow and the
Nice.
cadence is there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The wise to sift through the violence to siphon the jewel. To our enemy, forgiving is just trifle to do. Peace. Be still, not want pain to prolong. I've been fighting, but I can't take blame for the war that made me kill what couldn't die. I wrote rain on the sword. Peter, you know me. Still you act like Cain when you talk. Always complaining in Lenore. What's all that banging for? In the Raven. Rap is sin. Crouching at your door, but you must master it. So I zone in like young Master Ip. Dropping bombs on my funk master tip. Like you the MC who made my master rip. But I mastered the master blade like Lazarus, the one raised from the graves. I'm back to live. To you the booth, to me it's the synagogue. I mean, for heaven's sake, ask Blake, I've been a god. I've been running with Ninja that rain and did the job. Just spitting my pain like flame, lay Mr. Rob. It's nothing, Ninja, I've been tucking with you. And sharpen the flow, you know, to cut you with it. I've been peeped it coming, I seen it with something wicked. So I preheated the oven like beef. It's what's for dinner. Say grace though, I'm able made a pot of grits. True say dig true graves if you plot revenge. But then you can feel it filled up if you plotting on a lot familiar. I predict rain sick in the forecast. Perhaps some raps launch pad McQuack, always ready to crash another one. Fall back, I rise, yet I never start to look off at or look up to. Hater, you can look more mad. See, we bang take over and we pump ether. This the fiending song. Machine gun preacher, hoes need love too. Whack rappers need teachers.
All right.
Fire, man.
Bars,
I
okay.
think you just put yourself on the album for sure now, man. I mean, you just solidified the spot right there. Man, great to have you on, Terrell.
MCs up in the
Appreciate you coming on the pod. But I appreciate
MCs up
so
in the
much more that people
podcast
don't
right
see,
now.
you know?
We got some exclusive things going on the podcast, so y'all better tune in. Turn the volume up and tune in.
Thank you to all the viewers for tuning in to an episode of Table Toke. Much more to come. We're bringing you the new innovative products from cannabis, talking about all our projects. We're talking about the latest in hip-hop, the latest in music, and latest in the world with my co-host, HellRazah, Chron Smith.
Better believe it.
Go check out the documentary Risen. Stay tuned for
RisenDocumentary.com.
Still Rising.
And for the merch, we streaming
My boy
Diamonds
Stenny.
OZ.
DJ Stenny from the Puff Down in Massachusetts hosts the National Wu-Tang Day this year and coming November 9th in 2025.
Coming soon.
And my boy Kevin, hi, the producer of Still Rising and
Get ready.
the upcoming album for HellRazah, my boy Terrell. Thank you everybody for tuning in.
Salute.